I won't fight with Deontay Wilder.
Like the fight, Oleksandr Usyk simply stated, Deontay Wilder.
Oleksandr Usyk has sent shockwaves through the boxing world by openly calling out Deontay Wilder for a blockbuster showdown in 2026. This isn't a tease or a tentative probe. This is the undisputed champion drawing a line in the sand. Usyk is targeting Wilder as the next defining chapter of his legacy, and the stylistic contrast alone makes the match.
I continue fight. I think next year I won't fight with Deontay Wilder. For me, I think it's
matchup electric. Usyk's precision, timing, and ring IQ against Wilder's notorious fight-ending power. It's not just a call-out, it's a calculated message. Usyk acknowledges the threat Wilder still poses, respects his past accomplishments, and frames him as a former world champion worthy of attention.
a world champion guy, this is very famous guy, this is strong guy, but it's Odin is one of is
Yet at the same time, he's asserting his own dominance over the heavyweight landscape by placing Wilder alongside the era's best and subtly suggesting he now sits above them all. This fight is being positioned as a battle of legacies, not just punch counts. Analyst Liam Goff doesn't hold back in assessing Wilder's recent trajectory. With only one win,
People, Wilder's had one win in the last 3 years against, what was the guy's name, Terrell Herndon or something like that, an obscure opponent who no one has heard of before since was knocked out, I think, in a round.
over 3 years, and that against forgettable opposition, Wilder's aura of invincibility has clearly dimmed. For Usyk, that only sharpens the opportunity. Even a faded Wilder carries danger in his right hand, but the momentum and narrative belong fully to the Ukrainian master. His consistency stands in stark contrast to Wilder's decline.
Oleksandr Usyk has officially confirmed that Deontay Wilder is his first option for his next fight, setting the stage for the massive 2026.
Counterpunch boxing echoes what fans have been whispering. Duke McKenzie is adamant that Usyk's all-around mastery creates an almost insurmountable advantage against a power puncher like Wilder. Usyk's footwork, timing, and tactical intelligence don't just help, they define fights. Against Wilder, that skill set could pick apart the American single-track knockouts.
My gut instinct said that Usyk would win because he's an unbelievable all-rounder, you know? Really? He's an
strategy and transform a supposedly explosive contest into a technical showcase. Boxing ego points to a recurring psychological factor, Wilder's aura. For years, opponents flinched before the first punch even landed. Usyk's call-out, therefore, carries a deeper significance. It's not bravado. It's a statement of total fearlessness. He's willing to face Wilder's raw power head-on, and fans are drawn to that high-stakes tension. Respect meets risk, and risk meets spectacle. That's exactly why a 2026 showdown feels monumental. Usyk's intent is unmistakable. He's serious. Wilder, meanwhile, has barely set foot in the ring during the last 3 years, scraping by with a single win against an unremarkable opponent. Calling him out now feels like stepping into a playground of mismatched skill.
Calling out Deontay Wilder situation is real. It's real. Usyk actually wants to fight Deontay Wilder this time, so hopefully, keep my fingers crossed that boxing politics don't get in the way.
If politics don't get in the way, the fight could expose the massive gap between a disciplined champion and a fading puncher whose career has become increasingly chaotic. The Wilder circus is difficult to ignore. Logistics, controversies, endless stalling. Fans have watched a once-feared force struggle simply to stay active.
Didn't I just come out and say, man, shit, well, I don't know how that's going to work because
Usyk calling him out almost feels poetic. The relentless professional pursuing the man who hasn't truly tested himself in years. It's the collision of structure versus chaos. No one doubts Wilder's power, but power alone hasn't won him meaningful fights lately. Quick KOs over unknown opponents don't rebuild a legacy. Against Usyk,
I love Wilder at 212, 215. The speed of Wilder is not spoken about enough. He threw that right so fast backing up against Robert Helenius, I thought it was a left hook. Watch me call that fight. Oh, God! Wilder knocked him out with a left hook. Oh, squad! It was the sneakiest right. And the thing is, Wilder just got to touch it. Ha! And you see here like the worst seizure I've ever seen. So, bruh, I get what Usyk is on. I get what he's talking.
those wide arc shots could become liabilities, openings for a technician who reads and counters every movement. If Wilder can't land early, frustration will likely replace intimidation. This matchup is the perfect battleground for strategy to meet brute force. Propa Boxing frames Usyk's long game perfectly. He's used this blueprint before, letting the belts circulate, allowing challengers to eliminate each other, and then striking at the ideal moment. Joshua and Dubois fought. Their winner becomes a more marketable target. Usyk isn't at the mercy of the division.
I think personally, Usyk's doing what he did with Joshua Dubois. So he's letting the belt go into the hands of Joshua or Dubois. They fight. That's a mega fight, and then that opens up. That makes the winner of that, the second biggest name in boxing. And then
He's shaping it with methodical precision, positioning himself as the apex opponent everyone must eventually face. Fans are witnessing a master tactician engineer a global event before it even materializes. Eddie Hearn reinforces what insiders already know. Usyk isn't just a top heavyweight. He's the pound-for-pound standard of the sport. His blend of skill, power, discipline, and ring intelligence is unmatched. Nothing he does is wasteful. Every jab, step, and counter is deliberate. Opponents who appear dangerous on paper find themselves neutralized within rounds. This isn't hype.
I think he's skill-wise up there with Usyk, but to do that and just stop him and batter him, just phenomenal. He is, there is absolutely no question in my mind.
It's evidence, performance, and consistency. Johnny Nelson sees the deeper layers. Usyk's composure and confidence are markers of a champion who knows exactly where he's going. He doesn't need intimidation or theatrics. His professionalism and focus in training make him a nightmare even before the opening bell. Nelson argues that Usyk's dominance is as much mental as it is physical. He prepares with such thoroughness that opponents enter the ring already several steps behind. Even Tony Bellew, while talking about golf, delivers a valuable parallel. Mastery comes from patience, repetition.
He's got 1 foot out already. He's Usyk talking like that. He's got 1 foot out already. If he's talking like that, that means, as far as I'm concerned, I sense his appetite is slipping away. He's very professional, gets the job done, knows what he has to do in the ring and get.
And attention to detail. Usyk embodies that mindset. He doesn't rely on one dramatic moment like Wilder. He constructs victory with discipline, angles, timing, and intelligence, much like a golfer lining up the perfect putt. Wilder is the heavy hitter. Dangerous, yes, but inconsistent and predictable. In a matchup dictated by IQ and timing, Usyk's methodical approach becomes the ultimate weapon. Bellew's analogy might seem casual, but the message is clear. Greatness is built, not thrown, and that's why Usyk remains at the top of the heavyweight mountain. Relentless refinement versus unpredictable explosiveness. The deliberate honing of skill is what separates legends from merely strong athletes, and Usyk embodies that truth in every performance. It's exactly why a 2026 showdown could turn Deontay Wilder into a cautionary tale. Duke McKenzie captures the essence of Usyk's brilliance. He is the quintessential all-around boxer.
I'm a guy who turns up at a golf course and swings clubs at balls. I'm definitely not a golfer yet, but I will get there eventually.
Wilder lives and dies by a single punch. Usyk operates on multiple levels at once. His jab isn't just a tool, it's a declaration of control, dictating range, tempo, and rhythm. His ring IQ allows him to read anticipate, and exploit openings before opponents even realize they've made a mistake. Combine this with elite conditioning, and Usyk can maintain a punishing pace without sacrificing precision. Even more impressive is how little damage he takes. His defensive awareness borders on surgical. It's a testament to his discipline and strategic mastery. This combination of skill, endurance, and mental sharpness is what enables Usyk to dominate top-tier heavyweights while conserving energy and dismantling power punchers like Wilder. For Wilder, this becomes a nightmare, a one-dimensional threat repeatedly neutralized by superior technique. Mackenzie's analysis underscores the truth. Boxing is more than strength or speed. It's about thinking.
You know, he's just a good all-round boxer. He doesn't want to fight with you, he just boxes you and he peppers you with his jab. He's got brilliant ring IQ, as we all know. He's got a good engine, takes a good shot. He doesn't actually take a shot because you've never seen him.
Adapting, and executing under pressure. And Usyk performs all three at a level very few in this era can match. Liam Goff expands the lens further, highlighting Usyk's calculated approach to global positioning. Fighting in the United States isn't just about prestige. It's about visibility, legacy building, and long-term market strategy. Usyk's choice of opponents is anything but random. He targets fighters who bring high name value, but manageable risk. Andy Ruiz, while still a recognizable figure, has been sluggish, inactive, and far from peak form, making him an ideal stepping stone for expanding Usyk's footprint stateside. Wilder, despite his fame, has been inconsistent and erratic, turning what could be a marquee fight into a strategic opportunity. This is
Usyk's way of being more known in the United States because I think they want to do Usyk, maybe have a day over there. And I get it, if you're looking, look, if you're going to fight in the US, right, which I think a lot of people are thinking Usyk may very well do in the new year, if you're going to fight in the US, you're going to want an opponent who is known to the US audience. Andy Ruiz, although I don't think he deserves a shot, given, the fact he's been horribly inactive over the last...
Classic Usyk. Ambition fused with precision. He understands the stakes, reads audience perception, and manipulates timing to his benefit. Each matchup is more than a fight. It's a chess move that builds narrative, legacy, and leverage. Goff's breakdown captures how Usyk balances risk, exposure, and discipline, positioning himself not just to win fights, but to shape the global heavyweight storyline. Counterpunch boxing sheds light on the chaotic reality behind Wilder's last attempt to publicly pressure Usyk, a saga full of accusations, noise, and excuses. Fans interpreted Usyk's silence as fear, but in truth it exposed Wilder's diminishing credibility. A fighter who once terrified the division now struggles to mount even a coherent media push without descending into controversy. Usyk, disciplined and focused, simply refused to engage with the theatrics.
Deontay Wilder invited Oleksandr Usyk to a fight and he didn't show up, and then everybody went crazy, all the Wilder fans and the pro Wilder fans and all the people that supported Wilder. They were like, hey, why didn't Oleksandr Usyk show up? He was in the country, he should have showed up. He said he was going to show up. Why did he show up? And everyone said that he was scared, and then Wilder, I think that gave him some momentum, and then he started, hey, yeah, he's ducking me, he's scared, I know some things that nobody else knows, I got a mountain of evidence stating that this guy was scared and he wouldn't fight me, and this and that. You guys, if you don't remember that
Wilder's increasingly dramatic claims only highlighted the widening gap in mentality. This isn't hype versus hype. It's desperation versus composure, unpredictability versus strategy. The 2026 Usyk-Wilder clash isn't just another heavyweight bout. It's a collision of eras, styles, and ideologies. Usyk, the methodical craftsman, has spent years refining every facet of his game: speed, timing, intelligence, adaptability, and conditioning. Wilder, once the heavyweight division's most terrifying puncher, now enters on the back of long layoffs, uneven performances, and untapped potential. He still carries nuclear power, but power without structure is unstable. And against a technician like Usyk, instability spells danger. This fight will test one of boxing's oldest questions. Can raw force survive against precision and brilliance? Fans are buzzing, debates are erupting, and anticipation is rising fast. Is Wilder still a legitimate threat, or will